Welcome back to a new food reviews with Fatty. As always, I'm your host, Fatty, aka Jay. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. So we're going to be doing something slightly different as per usual. This one's going to be a lot more different than what I'm used to doing, because this kind of steps out of the realm of things that I normally would do, I guess you could say. Not far off, but still interesting. I did find this at the grocery store, and apparently it's pretty low calorie. The sodium levels are kind of high, but there's zero added sugars. So I just thought this would be something good to cover. It does look like it has a little bit of cholesterol, but there's a lot of protein in this for the most part. And before I do that, I'm just going to say thank you to everybody who's liking and subscribing and ringing the bell. Everybody who hasn't, please do like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Or at least subscribe. It helps out the channel greatly on the YouTube algorithm. I could use new subscribers. I'm trying to build a community here. Let's build Rome. It wasn't built overnight, but I'm going to try to build it sometime. So give me a hand here, guys. I could definitely use a community here to help me out a little bit. I'm pushing hard to get this channel out there to everybody, so that way people don't buy crap if they can help it. Unless they like it and then eat crap up. Shovel it in your hand over fist. Anyhow, this is something that I would ask Wwdd. What does that mean? What would Dolly do? That's right, I said it. This is actually Dolly Parton. She has her own food line. That's right, I said it. I think this was like $4, give or take, but don't quote me on that one. There's quite a few things in here that I can see that are not bad. It's got 560 grams of potassium, 2.7 grams of iron, 60 grams of calcium, 6 grams of sugars, which is not a lot. It's a little bit, but it's not a lot. 18 grams of protein. And she's also got a little message for you on the back here. I'm going to read that after It says, I'm going to read the front first. It says, beef pot roast, tender beef with vegetables and a southern-style gravy. And then there's the back of the box. I'm going to prop that bad boy up right here and read it off for you. Growing up, beef pot roast was a Parton family favorite. It's a classic that can feed a lot of mouths and make them all smile. I roast mine low and slow until it's fork tender and gravy made from scratch using plenty of butter. It always fills the house with the most delicious aroma and my heart with the warmest memories, Dolly. Now, clearly Dolly didn't make this. I'm not going to believe that for 1 second. In fact, she owns the rights to it, but it's under license by ConAgra Brands, which ConAgra Brands, if you know anything about ConAgra, they're actually a company that's involved with the U.S. government, basically, the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So that's what we're getting here. And so what I see here so far is I see there's some, if you want to take a look at it, here we are. There's like some beef, some carrots, potatoes. I gotta learn how to get it right. I went dyslexic. And celery and gravy. That's basically all there is to this. I'm gonna try one of the potatoes first, just to see how it is. And of course, the celery. Celery should be soft, but a little crunchy. Not expected. Oh, I don't know why there's celery in this, but I'm not complaining. That beef kind of makes it taste all right. It just wouldn't be my favorite food for that. I like it raw. That's right, I said it. I like it raw. Like that. I like that bare raw celery. Buy it from the store and just put it in my mouth and eat it. Now, I will say, this is what's weird about this. The potatoes are really soft, but the celery is kind of like crunchy for some reason. And so are the carrots. And that kind of throws off the whole thing because you're getting this tender meat, tender potato, then this crunchy celery, and then with the meat, it just don't even seem to. There's everything. It's like a little, what do you call them? I forgot what they call them. Either way, yeah, like a little skewer. I just want to see if all the tastes come together. And really do something for it, because from my angle right now, I can't say that I'm super impressed. But it is also a pre-frozen meal. And I always believe firmly, whoever cooks it, that's how well it's going to be cooked. That makes sense. Which it should, because the truth is, if you cooked it, you're going to know whether it's good or not, because either you made a recipe that you like, that's near and dear to you, or not at all. Like, I made my own shepherd's pie recently. I still got some in the freezer. And even after being reheated, it tastes great. Actually had some this morning and it was awesome. Awesome sauceum. Okay, anyhow. Well, one thing I didn't taste by itself is the pot roast. So let's give it a try by itself. I mean, it's okay. It's just, my thing is the pot roast is tender. But what I don't like about this is just the way it tastes in general. The cooked beef, it feels real fatty. And not my name on the show here. Just like, it's like they formed it with a lot of gristle or fat. They put it in there with this when they shaped the beef, because clearly this wasn't just cut and even by a machine. Okay, and so like I said, I think this was more like $6 afterwards. After tax, I believe that's what it really was. Because they're usually like $5.96 and then they come to $6 and some change. So it might have been $6.40, something like that. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm too hip to that, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat a couple carrots and then make my call. And see, the carrots don't do it for me because they're not like soft. Like, I gotta be honest, if you would have ever had, anybody out there would have had my grandmother's. She was raised like during the World War II. And she was from West Virginia, and I'll tell you, man, she made a pot roast that would be like nobody's business. She'd put them carrots in there and she'd let the carrots slowly, they'd be like almost mush, like you just push into them. And with no effort, it'd be so good. She did it on the stove, not even with a crock pot. That's how good it was. Believe it or not, you don't have to do a crock pot to do it. It was really good. Okay. Alright, for value, I'm calling it a 4. For visual, it really doesn't look a whole lot like the picture you can see there. It's really not as pretty as the marketing shows. So that's going to be a 4. And as for the overall, I mean, it's not terrible, but It still has that feeling. Like I said, the beef is kind of fatty. I'm not really into that. Like, I like tender meat without the fat. I'm the one that cuts off the whole, takes a whole steak and turns it into about a pile of meat about that big around, because I don't really like eating the fat or the gristle. It just kind of, I'm a texture person and it bothers me. And that's really disappointing. So at this point, my overall for this is going to be, I'm calling it as a 5. It's not bad, but it's not great. And that's where I'm at with that one. So let's go ahead and ask Mr. Predictor. Mr. Predictor, does this Dolly Parton beef pot roast suck?
Yes, without question.
Wow. The guy's been on top of it lately. Yes, without question. Well, I don't think it sucks that bad, but I mean, like I said, it just... I think Dolly Parton should have thought about what she was doing when she let them put her name on this. Because everything should have been soft. There shouldn't be any crunch in celery for a pot roast. If it cooks low and slow, like it says on the back, then none of this stuff would have any kind of crunch at all. At all. But they're rushing to get this out. Chances are this won't be around long. They were just looking to get a quick money. Looking to get a quick cash grab off of her name. Clearly. And like I said, Conagra Foods, they're 100% connected with the government. And the government don't really care about nobody, so... If you know, you know. And if you don't know, now you know. That's the truth about the government and their health standards, no matter what RFK says. And I don't have any hatred toward RFK. I just know that he's blowing a whistle that he can't blow. Because the truth of the matter is that the government's not going to allow... Big government is not going to allow one person, even if they are the head of health, human health, they're not going to allow him to make decisions based off of solely what he says. So yeah, I'm still going to eat this, but it doesn't mean I'm going to really like it. So either which way, thank you all for watching the video. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, because everything I've been reviewing lately has been either subpar or not that great at all. You're going to see some new videos coming your way soon. So keep your eyes open. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, you're going to know here in a minute. Food Reviews with Fatty, out.